Two teams that came into the NFL together back in 1976. The Seahawks and Bucs are underway.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Brady now on 1st down. And his first pass is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. To throw is Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play. Brady to Gronkowski. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Here's 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Devin White gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Jordan Whitehead.
Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Second down and 6 now from the 42. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Ball carrier taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And
the Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Wilson. He's got Lockett. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Seattle.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Third and long, it's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
14, DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf, 45 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Buccaneers 0.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Bucs take over. First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Throwing on first down is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans.
Brady's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now left side of the swing pass, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
That's pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue, almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Brady again. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's Kong. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The throw there by Brady, intended for Gronkowski, but incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. And he gets it down to the 32. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Brady going to go on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Wilson after the play fake to Carson, escaping the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That throw by Brady, incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Now, sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll run the screen with Carson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. There in coverage to knock it away, Marquise Blair. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady looking downfield for Godwin. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
On the Hail Mary. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Brady. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now Wilson on 1st down. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 48 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. With it on the return is Logan. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Over the middle to Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Brady's throw there complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Brady. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, they'll throw with Brady. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. This is caught, Gronkowski. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. At 6'6" and nearly 270 pounds, when a ball goes in the air for Rob Gronkowski, it seems like most people always bet on him.
And rightly so. I can't imagine how you can make a play on the ball.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
So that'll back him up 5. Now a slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Buccaneers 14.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
So deep trouble here, backed up to their own 1-yard line for 2nd and long. Now Wilson back into his end zone. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking down.
And he coughs up the... and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. On first down, Brady. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
At their own.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He gives it off to Carson, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett.
Wilson's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Down. 3rd and long.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Make it a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 28, Buccaneers 16.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. With it on the return is Logan. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
TJ Logan on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
32-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The throw there by Brady intended for Gronkowski, but incomplete. He was looking for Gronk that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That's going to be caught. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a
a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Kickoff for Tampa Bay.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
3rd down.
On 3rd down, Penny. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run with Carson, and he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. They run again with Carson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from a yard out, and the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time, and a touchdown to put things away.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Seahawks 35, Buccaneers 23. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up.